Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're doing well, physically, mentally, spiritually. Today we're going to talk about something that I've been I thought about a lot over the last few years, and my opinion on it has changed compared to years and years ago, and that is about the concept of heaven and hell. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze now. Ooh. Okay, we're back. So heaven and hell. I know there's a lot of people, especially Christians, right? Catholic people that believe in a definite heaven and hell. And they believe that heaven is just this place out there in the sky somewhere, where everything is perfect, right? It's only love, harmony, positive things. We are probably with all or most or a few of our loved ones. Anyway, it's just like the Garden of Eden. Let's put it this way. And on the same coin, you've got hell, which many of these people believe that hell is like below us, literally below us, underneath our feet, and it's just our souls or our bodies are being torn apart, eaten, burned, all sorts of horrible things done to it. Then once that is done, it starts over. Do you know what I mean? It's like it never ends. It's just physical pain, emotional pain, more pain. It just goes on for eternity. And your bodies get burned, your soul gets burned. It is, a lot of people seem to be more fascinated by hell than the actual heaven. But I'm here to give my opinion on both, right? And here's my opinion. Obviously, this is not a confirmation of any sort. It's not, but here's my point of view, okay? My POV. I think heaven can be a lot of things, okay? First example, it could be that you are literally still on this earth, okay? You are still on this earth. You are still living in the house that you lived in when you were alive. So everything is normal, except there might not be any pain. It's just bliss. The people that have passed away before you, that you knew, or even that you didn't know, they're there. So it's very much a physical place where you get to eat, You get to have all the feelings, all the sensations. You get to drink, you get to feel the sun, you get to do everything, but everything is a lot easier. It might be a lot easier to do, it might be a lot easier to achieve. And that could be one heaven, okay? The other where you can actually have a life, you continue to have a life. So let's say, I don't know, you might have kids or grandkids or whatever in the afterlife, so to speak, right? In that heaven, okay? Could be. Another type of heaven will be I never thought this. Hang on a second. Sometimes like I have these ideas and then at the last minute they just like they hide. They just hide. Just bear with me a second. The other idea was that heaven is where it's not really a physical place, but it's where all of souls, whether known to you or unknown, are. And it's kind of like this big party going on, okay? You obviously will still feel more attracted to your familial souls, okay, just to be like the souls that you knew, so like your family, friends possibly, but there still is some sort of connection with souls that you never met, okay? And I don't know exactly what goes on in there, but you just probably, there's a lot of unconditional love back and forth. There's a lot of recognition back and forth, a lot of acceptance back and forth. So yeah, that could be one type of heaven. Another type of heaven could be you reliving the best moments in your life, the moments that made you happiest, where you were the happiest. That could be anything. So maybe you can say like, oh, one of my best days ever was when I went on holidays to this place. You might be reliving that. It could be just the one event that you relive over and over and over and over and over again. And when that moment is done, maybe one or two things can happen. Either it's kind of like a Groundhog Day thing. Either you remember that you've done all that and you're happy to do that again, or you don't remember at all and you start all over. So you get that fresh feeling of, wow. So you get to relive that first feeling, that first moment for the first time forever. Okay? That could be it, right? And then comes the other side. So that is what heaven could be, you know. It could be one of these things. It could be something completely different. But it's just like my opinion. I like to imagine these things. The other thing, which is obviously hell. Now, I don't think anyone wants to go to hell or experience hell. So that's why we probably should strive to live a good life here, right now, and to do good to ourselves, but also to other people. So imagine if hell is like It's none of that burning and torture like that. But imagine, for example, that hell is like you are in this world, the whole of Earth is just you. There's nothing else there's no one else on Earth but you. You might still have the buildings, right? The houses, the cars, whatever, but it's just you. There's no one else to talk to. Maybe there's not even animals for you to talk to. There's nothing but there's nature, sure, there's plants, there's rivers, oceans, beaches, everything else is there, but there's no humans, there's no animals besides you. You're the only human there. And maybe that is like hell is being alone for the rest of your life. Maybe that is hell. Now, some people say, oh, no, that's not too bad. You know, like if like I've got the whole world for myself, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, but for how long? Do you know what I mean? It's like, would you, I mean, at one point you probably snap, you know, it'd probably be too much for you. It's like that movie, I Am Legend with Will Smith. He thought he was alone in that city. Sure, there were animals, but imagine he didn't even have the animals. No birds, no dogs, no cats, no wild animals, nothing. Just plants, vegetation, and empty buildings. Imagine that. Imagine if hell is like that. Okay? What if hell is like you reliving over and over and over and over again, either one or all of your worst moments in life? Imagine that. Imagine that you get to live, like whether you were bullied, whether you were abused verbally, physically, mentally, whatever, whether you were ashamed, whether the people just pointed the finger at you or laughed at you because you said something or you didn't say something or you did something or you didn't do something. Just imagine that being your hell, whether it's just one moment or several or all of them. Imagine that. That would be, I think that would be terrible. Whether you would remember these moments after they were done, they were finished or not. Just imagine that. Just imagine. That would be horrible, horrifying to experience again. And what if, I don't know, is there any other type of hell that I imagine? I don't know. Nothing to do with the physical thing, like the burning and the torture, but it was just like reliving the worst moments or being alone, you know? And in heaven, you're just either with all the people that you love, you know, still going on with your life, or you're just with everyone, not just the people that you know and love, but all the other people that you never met, but you still love each other somehow. And it's just like really unconditional love on all parts. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's fascinating. I think like there's examples of what that could be. For example, the last episode of the series Supernatural, for example, it made me cry. I cried like a baby on the last episode. I think it was the very last. Or the two, no, yeah, definitely the last one. I cried a lot. I cried a lot. I was in the bedroom and I was crying. I was sobbing because it was very emotional. For the ones who've never watched Supernatural, I mean, I don't know how many seasons are there, but there are a lot. And I don't know. If you didn't watch it from the beginning, it might be hard to get attached to that last episode. But I did. I watched every single episode, and that one just floored me, like really floored me. And I don't want to describe it if you've never watched it, but if you watch it, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so in the end, in that last episode, one of these heavens came up. And that's what made me think. And I was like, hang on a second. Heaven could be this. And this was like after I sobbed, after I composed myself, and I was like, well, this is powerful. This is powerful. So that's what I think heaven can be. And on the other side of the coin, you've got hell. I'm pretty sure there's all sorts of movies and documentaries and series out there where they somehow portray this hell that I talked about, that I described, either being alone or being forever reliving the worst moments of your life. Maybe it's out there. I don't think I've seen it, but I think they're out there. And to me, it makes a lot more sense that it is one of these options, or all of them. I don't know. Everyone can have a different heaven. Everyone can have a different hell. It might not necessarily be exactly the same. The hell for everyone is going to be, you're all alone. We're all going to be alone. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just different for every single one of us. I don't know, but it made me think, and already the burning in hell and being tortured in hell for all eternity did not make any sense to me at all. It didn't. It just didn't resonate with me. And I was like, this is a very biblical thing to believe in, because we all know that the church invented hell, okay, to force fear into the people, okay, so that the church could control them. Say hey, you need to do what we say, otherwise you're going to go to this place, and this is what it looks like, this place. And we've all seen the paintings and the art depicting hell back in those days, like Renaissance or whatever, Middle Ages or whatever, and it was horrifying. We don't do that anymore. We don't portray hell like that in art. Not really, I don't think. But back in those days, it was horrifying. So obviously people seeing that, they would get mentally, it was like, whoa, shocked. And they go like, okay, I don't want this. I do not want this. So I don't think that is hell. I think that is a construct of church, of the Catholic Church, to control people back then. And the thing is, people still believe in that. People still want to believe in that. And okay, it is what it is. You believe in whatever you want to believe. But I don't think that exists. I don't think that's the case. So that is my view or views on hell and heaven, or heaven and hell, however you want to say it. thank you very much for your precious time to be here with me. And hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.